You know, that's Elvis, man. That's Blue Hawaii.
You know what you've managed to do here with Led Zeppelin is you've managed to capture the essence of the greatest rock and roll band of all time, Led Zeppelin, with the greatest person of all time, the King, Elvis.
You think so too?
Oh, do I ever?
I like this guy.
Now, so in doing that, have anybody ever come up to you in concert and said, "What are you doing this reggae stuff with the Led Zeppelin?" Has anybody ever complained to you guys?
Well, I'll tell you.
Had the gall to complain?
I'll tell you. You know why I'm wearing these glasses today?
Come here.
Black eye.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. It's right in here. I can't take them off. Actually, you know who it was? It was John Paul Jones.
John Paul Jones.
Believe it or not.
Really? Yeah. He said to you?
He just said, he didn't say much. He spoke with his fist. He went, like that. And then, but you know what? Just like in the movie Lovin' You, Tortelvis fought him in the bar. And John Paul Jones said something about, why don't you go outside and put some seat covers on my car, side mirrors, and Tortelvis punched him.
I said, John Paul Jones, I think your color's yellow.
So he'll never be arranging the strings on your next record, will he?
That's true.
Not a chance. In the meantime, we're going to play a video by a band that we know are fans of yours.
That's right.
On the video, it's Metallica on the power. A band called Metallica.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, great. James.
They came to us.
Rock. Oh, little baby.
Are you hypnotized?
I can't get enough of that thing.
Oh, little baby.
Look, I'll do a pirouette. Look.
What movie is that from?
That's from Blue Hawaii.
Blue Hawaii?
Right.
For those people out there who are basically power hour metalheads and stuff, as primers, what Elvis movies would you recommend them renting at the video store?
I'd recommend a few. I'd recommend Flaming Star, one of the early movies, cowboy thing. I'd recommend Love Me Tender, and King Creole was a good one.
And Kissing Cousins for the most dramatic performance of his career.
That's
You
right.
think so?
Yeah.
How did you know Colonel Tom Parker? A lot of people say they talk about the Colonel and the negative effect he had on Elvis's career. What's your take on the Colonel?
Negative effect.
You think so?
Yeah. No. I think the Colonel, as Tortelvis has said, deserved the 50% that he got, just like our manager deserves the 50% that he gets. No questions
Colonel
asked.
Kane, he's a great manager, and he takes only 50%.
Now, I'm asking Tortelvis, Linda Thompson Jenner,
Right.
is now marrying a Canadian lad, a guy by the name of David Foster. They got married June 22nd, and you know, she was one of Elvis's exes. How do you feel on that, somebody else?
I remember Elvis once said, I'd like you to say hello to my girlfriend, Ginger. Stand up, darling. Sit down, Ginger. That's never her. He said that.
He did say that.
He did say it.
So my producer, for some reason, wants to know, like, what's a typical day on the road for you guys when you're traveling? Like, how does this whole Led Zeppelin experience move around the world?
Well, first of all, I bought them a 1963 Ford Econoline van that they travel around in. And what I do is I, of course, jet to Hawaii from wherever I am and then to the next city because that's the fastest way, man. It's obviously the closest and fastest way to do it. I never know how I'm going to feel, and they want me to feel good. They want me to feel rested for the show, so I get comfort, and they ride in old things.
But do they appreciate the van?
Ask him. I think he does.
Well, that's what we do, and also all the rest of the time spent together, of course, is singing gospel songs until dawn, which Tortelvis had us do.
Well, as we show to the next video, can you sing us a little gospel song? And you sent us a list. You through your record company sent us a list, and maybe we'll play something by Living Color. How about Cult of Personality?
And they're cult of personality.
And we'll leave on a gospel tune as we go into Living Color. Can you sing one for us?
All right.
A little gospel number?
There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in the sky. More blue.
Cheer to his eye right
Look,
there.
I can't show
Let the
him.
truck through.
How's it going? Tortelvis, Led Zeppelin. Hello.
What are you guys on a smoke break here or something? Yeah.
Why don't you ladies come out here and dance with me?
You want to do a dance? Come on, hula dance? I think we're sure.
I think so.
So, how important is the live performance to you guys?
It's our life's blood, everything that we do. You know, a lot of people come thinking that they're going to see a lot of comedy and entertainment, which they do, but then when they actually see the rest of the band play and him sing, I think that they're pleasantly surprised. Of course, I myself do not play. All my bass parts are pre-recorded by the guy from Toto.
No, that was Danny Bonaducci.
Danny Bonaducci, I'm sorry. That was the first album, the guy from Toto. That's
Which
right.
is the way it should be.
That's right. He's a very good player.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the show. We're going to leave the show on a song that's very important to you guys. A song off. Which album is the one on?
It's off number 2 or number 1.
Or number
2.
1 and 2 or 4? Which
It's
one's
2.
that?
One. One or two?
Let's argue about it. In the meantime, Tortelvis, I want you right down the barrel of the camera, in your own best self, your best Tortelvis self, to say, this is Led Zeppelin, a whole lot of love, here on the Power Hour.
This is Led Zeppelin with a whole lot of love, baby, on the Power Hour. I'll tell you for sure.
Thanks, guys.
All right.